Welcome to our Homework Health Workshop. Today we're going to talk about the writing process and how to get started writing. So many times the teacher says you have to write this report, or you have to write a book report, or you have to do something else. And your mind just goes blank. You don't know what you have to write about. And sometimes you're told you have to write in a journal and you can't think of what to say. We call it writer's block. And so here's some ideas to get writing, and here will be some ideas for some things you can do through the summer to keep your writing and your spelling and your punctuation fresh in your mind without it seeming like doing schoolwork. You're actually doing something you really enjoy doing. So, anytime we're going someplace that we've not been to before, we use a map or a GPS locator, which has a little map on the screen. When you want to find out how to get someplace, you check a map. In the same way, you can come up with ideas to help your child find their way in the writing process through a reading assignment. For example, suppose they're reading about the 3 branches of the government, and they know that this material is going to be on a test. So first, have them skim the material to just get a general idea, read over it quickly just to get a general idea about what's happening. Look for pictures, read captions and headlines, check the summary at the end. Next, have the student think about all the information that's been included. It might describe responsibilities of the branches, or the number of members in each branch, or the number of members and how they're selected. Try giving them an idea for mapping out the information. Maybe you'll have branches of government. Branches make me think trees, so make a tree. You have the judicial branch, the legislative branch, and the executive branch. And then you have whatever's under those. And make it look like a tree. If your child's artistic, they'll enjoy coloring that, and they'll enjoy designing it. And it gives them, as they're reading, a place to put the information, which helps file it in their brain or hang it on the hook so that they can locate it again when they come to the test. So, there's lots of different mapping techniques. Here's one I like. It'll be on the screen. Say you're going to write about a chicken. And there's lots of different kinds of chickens. Chickens make you think of different things. You can have hens. You can have a rooster. You can have baby chicks. Maybe your chicken is a Rhode Island Red. Attributes of chickens. They're fluffy, they're yellow, some are black, some are not as fluffy, some have multicolors, some are just white. Chickens are a kind of bird. Birds make me think of flying, not flying, birds that do fly, robins, hawks, sparrows. Birds that don't fly, ostriches, emus. Birds that do fly, we think of their wings and their feathers, their beaks. They lay eggs. They eat bugs. Another kind of bird that's related to a chicken is a turkey. We like to eat those. Related concepts to chickens. People like fried chicken. There's the story of Chicken Little. The sky is falling. To say that someone is chicken, to say is they're afraid. Or there's a drag race that they call playing chicken, where cars are racing toward each other. If I was writing a paper about chickens, I would sit and I would map all this out. And then I would pick which ideas did I want to explore more fully. Maybe I'm really not interested in the food aspect. Maybe I'm not really interested in birds that don't fly. Chickens can get up on the fence. So I really don't want the birds that do fly, because chickens really aren't in that category. Maybe I'll talk about different types of chickens. Maybe I'll talk about the hens laying eggs and the roosters waking the farmer in the morning, and maybe varieties of chickens. Maybe that's the angle I want to go. Now I'm ready to start writing my paper because I've mapped out what I want to say. Another idea for writing, just getting busy thinking about what you're going to say, is what we call loopy writing. In loopy writing, you set a timer and you tell the student you're going to write for 3 minutes. Anything that comes to your mind. And if you want to start with, I can't believe I got to sit here and write for 3 minutes, I can't think of anything, that's okay for the first sentence. Mom said I had to write this, and I don't know why, because the teacher, I guess, wants me to write it. And every time I'm in class, she's always wanting us to write something, and I don't know how to get my ideas down on paper. That's okay. Just go crazy. Anything that comes to your mind, write it on the paper. Then, at the end of 3 minutes, when the timer rings, go back and look at what you wrote and pull out one good idea. Then write about that one idea for another 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe while you were in there, you said, the only favorite thing I have at school is playing with my friends at lunch time, out on the playground. So that's their one good idea. Now you're going to focus your writing on that one thing. Again, when you finish that, you're going to find the one good idea in that and write again. Repeat however many times necessary. When you're finished, you should have a good idea what you want to write about. When free writing, write the ideas down as quickly as you can. And don't worry about spelling, punctuation, etc. All those mechanics. Just get the ideas down, let the creative juices flow, and get the ideas on paper. Then later we'll go back and we'll edit. That's part of the writing process. You got the idea down. Now, is there something you need to look up? Do you need to figure out how to spell something? Or do you need to change the way the words went together? You want to look at the tense of the verbs. Are they all in past tense, but this one's in present tense? I need to change it. All those technical things to make it a better piece. But just get the words down. Don't worry about how to spell something. Just write it as best you can, and then you can look it up later. Now, some people call this creative spelling. Creative spelling's all right if you're just getting the idea down, but you need to go back and learn to spell the word. But in the meantime, just get the ideas on paper. So that's loopy writing. If you're writing a report, remember to cover the 5 W's and an H. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Who is it going to? Who's going to read it? What is the report going to say? Where did this happen? When did this happen? Why do we need to know about it? Those are all important questions. And then how was it accomplished? These are important things that they tell newspaper writers to always keep in mind. Be sure that all the information that the reader might want is right there in the report. Now, this is one of my favorite activities. Here's a fun activity that you can try with your student. You can do it in the summer, you can do it over the holidays, on vacation. I've done this, it's a lot of fun. And you can use your child's Creativity, you can use their learning style and let them come up with the ideas, and you can do it together. Make it a family affair. Let your student do the writing, paragraphs, captions, what have you, and create a scrapbook for the holidays or for your vacation, what you did this summer. Let your student do the writing. Use photos and original artwork for illustrations, and make it a family affair. Everybody do it together. So say you went on vacation to Mount Rushmore, and while you were there, you saw lots of buffalo out in the Custer National Park. And you're driving around and you see buffalo, and you go around a corner, there's another buffalo, and that night, before you go to bed, you make a page for your scrapbook. Buffalo! Maybe you took a picture and you can print that off, or maybe your child wants to draw a buffalo. It doesn't matter if it really looks like a buffalo when they're done. If they drew it, use it. And then maybe they want to label that page or put a caption on the picture. Maybe they're not into telling about how we drove and we didn't see much and then we saw a buffalo. But maybe they just want to write a caption for the picture. That's getting them writing. It's making them think about what they want to say. It's letting them participate in the family event, because we all went on vacation, so let's participate together and put that together. Maybe this summer you went to the zoo, and so you can talk about some of the animals you saw. Maybe their favorite animal was the rhinoceros, so they want to do a little research. What do we know about a rhinoceros? So use what you know, what you want to learn, and what you learned from reading. Say, well, you know, I know that rhinoceroses are big and they have a big horn, but I don't know that much about them. Where did they come from? You can look that up in a book or online, and you can find out they're an African animal and they're endangered. Oh, really? Maybe if your child is real into natural things, they're going to say, endangered? What can we do to protect the poor rhinos? And so that gets them interested in reading more about it, and they can write about it. Maybe there's something else they did at the zoo that was a lot of fun they want to include, and they've made a little book that's a memory. They've used writing, they've had to read, and you have a collection of things that you did together. Maybe your kid really likes a camera. Give them a camera. Give them the cell phone and let them take pictures, and then they can choose the best ones. You can say, oh, what's this a picture of? And they can share with you what that is. Oh, let's write about that in the book, and have them write something down. It's not like, okay, we're going to write today. That's scary. That's more like punishment. But if it's, oh, I love that idea, can you write that out for me? That will make them happy. I hope that you got some ideas today, things that will help you with your student, help you make summer more fun and make learning more fun, and give you some quality time with your kids. So many times parents have to get after people and teach them how to behave, when if they would spend some time with the child doing something together that's making them learn and feel successful, then things would go much better in the relationship of the family, and the child's learning experience would be so much more favorable. And it'll build happy memories along the way. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.